It's that time again. It's Kingslayer Hoops here, and we are back with another episode of The Dagger, an NBA discussion series which features NBA 2K Play Now gameplay in the background. We're trying to promote sim gameplay as well as intelligent basketball discussion with this series, so if that's something you support, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. All right, so Russell Westbrook has shockingly, or I guess not so shockingly, been traded to the Houston Rockets. My initial thought here was yikes. Yikes for the Rockets, because I had that gut reaction of, first of all, they moved all these picks to get Chris Paul out of there, and they were trading for a player who I felt kind of is who he is and is no spring chicken either, even though he is younger than Chris Paul. But upon further examination, I feel better about this for the Rockets than I do the Thunder, actually. Now, I reserve the right to change my mind about that if the Thunder are somehow able to pull some magic and trade Chris Paul for some assets. But right now, I feel good about Russell Westbrook's fit on the Rockets, or at least better than I did before. So I'm going to talk about that today. First of all, I just want to say that I have been number one on the Russell Westbrook skeptic bandwagon. If you go to my Twitter, there's been a lot of Westbrook slander on there. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, so I'm just letting you know offhand that that's the case. However, I do think Russell's weaknesses have been magnified a lot, and I think part of it was, first of all, increased understanding of advanced analytics within the NBA fan community, as well as a lot of YouTube videos that have really been highlighting Westbrook's weaknesses. There's a really good video from B-Ball Breakdown, for example, explaining why Russell Westbrook has been stat padding for the past couple of years, for lack of a better term. So his weaknesses are a real concern, don't get me wrong. But having said that, I don't think I've ever seen a situation like this where you have two recent MVPs of the league joining up and nobody taking it seriously. It's really strange to me. You know, I do think that it's very possible that Rockets games are going to be a little bit unwatchable next year because of the way that both of these guys play, but I am optimistic. I'm going to tell you guys why. So, a couple reasons. Number one, I think that Westbrook joining this team, first of all, it makes them a little bit younger, and it's going to create more of an emphasis on transition offense. I think that D'Antoni can kind of get back to that 7 seconds or less offense. That's his bread and butter. And I think D'Antoni does deserve criticism for his half-court offense the last couple of years, but watching Westbrook in transition with the rest of this team is going to be fun. I think their fast break offense is going to be significantly improved. I think you'll see their pace go up even more than it has been the past couple years. Aside from that, Mike D'Antoni, even though I've criticized him before, I do think he is a vastly superior coach to Billy Donovan. So I think Westbrook is going to be helped a lot in that way. I think that the Rockets' almost overemphasis on advanced analytics could be the best thing to ever happen to Russell Westbrook. Because by telling him, look, we're not doing these silly pull-up mid-range shots and, pull-up threes from almost half court, by sort of reining him in a little bit, I think we're going to see one of the most efficient seasons we've ever seen from Westbrook. Just by virtue of Billy Donovan not demanding that type of thing from his players. In addition to that, Westbrook actually shot over 36% on catch and shoot threes during the second half of last season. That actually surprised me. And it is sort of a small sample size when you're talking about half a season, but that's encouraging. And I think that having him on the team is also going to lead to an increase in Harden having to play off the ball a little bit more too. And he actually shot 41% on catch and shoot threes last season himself. However, that was on less than one attempt per game. which is kind of crazy to think about. So this should really lead to better shots for Harden as well as Westbrook. Another positive that I see here is that Clint Capella actually fits pretty perfectly with Russ. He is a pretty similar player to Steven Adams, and I think Russ works really well with rim runners and guys that he can kind of just throw lobs to, come off of pick and rolls with. And we heard Steven Adams talk a lot in the past about how he loves Russ as a teammate, and it really helps him out a lot with his game. So I think that's going to be a nice fit there. Another positive that I see with this move is that the injury concerns have definitely lessened quite a bit. CP3 at this point in his career can't play more than 60 games. And Westbrook is the type of player who, although he has had injuries in the past, he is, I'm not going to say he's an Iron Man, but the injury concerns are not there to the degree that they are with Chris Paul. Another positive, and this is more about the trade than about the fit, all those Rockets picks that went to the Thunder are protected. I didn't realize that at first, which makes me kind of look at this trade and be like, wow, the Rockets really won this trade. Now, is it possible for them to flip CP3 for some better assets? I guess. I suppose so, if somebody's desperate enough to do that. But with Chris Paul's contract, he's got, I think, 3 years left. And at his age, I just don't know who's going to move any sort of valuable picks for him at this point. So I don't know. That's tough. To me, the Rockets won this trade upon further examination. And like I said, people are really underselling the two recent MVPs joining up on one team. I think that both James Harden and Russell Westbrook sort of need to show a willingness to play harder off ball and do more of the intangible things, do more of the dirty work, so to speak. So their success is really going to lie on that. But overall, yeah, I'm actually optimistic about this. I think that the Harden to Westbrook lobs are going to be fun to watch. I think watching Russ as a playmaker with this team is going to be fun to watch, and seeing how Westbrook adapts to not being able to take those, pull up mid-range shots anymore and having to be more judicious with his shots. That's going to be so interesting. I want to see how he's able to adapt to that, to adapt to this Rockets play style. And look, man, if you're the Rockets, the Warriors are down right now. They're not out, but they're down. Like, the days of the Warriors super team and the league being pretty much predetermined before the season even starts because of how good the Warriors are, that's over. So, yeah, I think that the Rockets got to go for it right now. I think that's exactly what they're doing with this move. And overall, do I love this fit with Westbrook on the Rockets? No, I don't love it. But the more I think about it, the more I like it. And I think it's going to be an overall positive for the Rockets. I think they won this trade, and I think they'll be better off for it long term. So guys, let me know what you think about this trade in the comments section. Again, if you support, good sim gameplay and NBA discussion, hit that like button. Really helps me out. If you're a real one, hit that notification bell. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay as well as the box score and all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys soon. Until next time, happy gaming, y'all.